Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to the Airbrush Garage. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today, I'm going to be unboxing, taking apart, checking out, and reviewing the Paasche Airbrush HG-08 Gravity Feed HVLP touch-up gun. Not only am I going to be checking it out and reviewing it, I'm also going to load it up with some paint, take it over to the test pattern sheet, and see how it sprays. So if you're interested in that, stick around to the end. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing, hit that bell so you get future notifications. A thumbs up would be great. Give me some comments, good or bad. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out all my Amazon affiliate links down below for the products I use in this video and all the other videos. And with that, let's get started. Well, all right, before we unbox the Paasche Airbrush HG-08 HVLP touch-up gun, I just want to say that, I'm an Iwata guy for many, many years, but I do have a soft spot in my heart for Paasche just because of the fact Paasche is what I started on. I started with a Paasche siphon-fed airbrush. Used it for about 5 years. Sprayed fantastic stuff with it, learned with it. It's been great. Paasche, in my opinion, is a great company. It's an American company based out of Chicago. Now, I just want to give you a real quick history on Paasche, and I want to read it right off of here just so I get it right, so I don't do them any injustice. But I do think it's important just to give you a little bit of history on the company itself. But the Paasche company is based in Chicago, Illinois. The company manufactures airbrushes, industrial spray guns, and air compressors, and related equipment. Paasche has been a manufacturer of airbrushes over 100 years based on patented designs. Jens Andres Paasche, hopefully I pronounced that right, founded the company in 1906. It was incorporated in 1916. Its first factory was built in Chicago in 1922. In 1984, the company moved to nearby Harwood Heights to obtain additional space. And in 2005, it moved back to Chicago. So that's a little bit of history on Paasche. It's been around a long time. It's a great, solid company. I will say what I think about Paasche's price points on their products is right on point. I think they have a fair price on their products. I think a lot of other times the price is inflated based on the name of what you're buying. Paasche has a lot of great products, and apples for apples, you'll see that their price points are really, really good. This particular brush costs around $50 on Amazon. I happened to get it as a gift for Father's Day. It's been a brush that I've been wanting for a while, and my wife got it for me for Father's Day. So I'm really happy she did. So let's take a look and see what's inside. All right, so you got the airbrush itself. This airbrush has a 0.8 millimeter needle. So you're right between that 0.5 airbrush and the 1.0 detail gun. I do have one of those. So this is right in between that, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so what I'm going to be using this for really is the smaller projects, smaller to medium. I wouldn't call it medium to large. I would say smaller to medium projects is going to be a great brush for. So it has the needle over here, just like any other spray gun. It has your fan spray adjustment right here. And of course, your vertical and horizontal fan pattern, and your needle adjustment for your stop in the back. All right, so let's see what else is in here. Comes with a cleaning brush and a screen. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. I screen all my paints before I use my paints. So a lot of times I don't even bother with it because it's just another thing I got to clean up. Threads on nice and smooth. Got a nice cap with a little air hole in it. Got a nice rubber seal on there. Everything fits nice. Looks like a nice quality gun for the price. Break it down real quick. One thing I'm a little disappointed in, it did not come with a wrench to remove the nozzle, but it's a 5/16 wrench. It's not that big of a deal. I'm sure you have some wrenches laying around your shop. Again, American made, so it's not metric. It is a 5/16. Remove your 0.8 nozzle. Of course, you got your needle spring back here. Pull out your needle. It's as easy as that. So just like any other spray gun. Now, I will note that you could spray solvents through this gun, water-based. It's set up to do all such. It's got the Teflon components inside. So, stainless steel needle, so you can spray solvents, water-based. I don't really know too many guns out there anymore that they make that, that just is set up for water-based paints. I haven't seen any. If they don't make it dual purpose, it's really not worth buying. So even your cheaper guns, like I said, even, $50 gun is going to spray either or. So let's put this back together. Let's load it up with some paint. Let's take it over to the test sheet and let's see how it sprays. All right, so just real quick, I got the gun back together, but I do want to show you how I set a gun up before I get ready to spray. So before I set up any gun to spray, I always put some Teflon tape around the threads. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there say you really don't need it. It's just something I do. Been doing it for years. It makes me feel better. It makes me sleep better at night. So I like to have all my joints sealed up with no air leaks. So I put this on. I wrap this in the direction of the tightening direction, which way it's going to tighten on. So when you screw it on, it doesn't try to unscrew it off on you. So I just put some Teflon tape on there. Now, the other thing I always recommend is a water trap. I like my regulator and my air pressure gauge right by my gun, so I don't have to be walking back over to my compressor to regulate my air. I'd rather be seeing what my air is doing right below my hand here when I'm spraying. So I take that, simply screw it onto my gun. Now for the most part, I just hand tighten this because you can get some good leverage on you. You really don't need to crank down too hard on that. Just snug it up with your hands. There is a place on here to add a wrench to. I just don't think it's necessary. That's going to be tight enough. All right. So that to me is the proper setup that you want with any spray gun, big or small. So let's take it over to the sheet and let's get spraying. All right. So before I get started, I do want to say that this gun is supposed to be sprayed with 2 to 4 CMFs. So make sure that whatever compressor that you're using, your hose, your lines, whatever you got connected, has a really good seal. If you hear any air leaking, fix it, because if you have an air leak, you're not going to get the proper CMFs. So it doesn't take a lot of CMFs to power this gun, but it is recommended between 2 and 4 CMFs for this gun. The other thing is air pressure. It's rated between 20 and 40 PSI. So I'm going to regulate this to 30 right in the middle. I got some Createx airborne sealer in here. Now I will say that humidity in this garage is 77%. It is 83 degrees in here. So not ideal conditions to spray. But I spray in these kind of conditions all the time. Under perfect conditions, I would reduce down with the 4011 about 10%. But because of the humidity and the heat in here today, I'm going to reduce down to about 20, 25, maybe even 30%. Now I got 20% in the gun. We're going to give that a try. And I suspect that probably will work. So the other thing I'd like to say is I got a spray test pattern sheet. This is the Airbrush Garage spray test pattern sheet. I'm going to have these available real soon. They're not available yet. But what it basically does is breaks down your spray pattern in inches. Once you spray the spray pattern on here, we'll be able to tell if it's 6, 8, or 12-inch spray pattern. And it gives you the horizontal. And this is going to give you the vertical. Again, 6, 8, and 10 spray patterns. So when you spray down on this test sheet, you'll be able to easily gauge how wide your spray pattern is. With your one-shot spray, where you usually test your spray pattern or your oval, this is going to be 6, 7, and 8. Gives you a measurement right here. So again, this is just a little spray pattern sheet setup. I'm going to have a digital download for it. Keep your eyes out for that. I'll be advertising it, but just not ready for it yet. But with that, let's get spraying. All right, so I'm going to spray here first before I take a swatch at this. I'm going to spray here first and see what kind of pattern I got going. I'm going to adjust my tip to be in the vertical direction. So your fins are going to want to be horizontal because it's going to spray the air in, pinch the paint into a vertical direction. Let's see what we got. Let me turn my tip a little bit. Let's try it again. I'm about 6 inches away. So let's start off with our fan adjustment. Turn it clockwise all the way to the right. And it's going to start us off with a circle. Okay. So we don't want a circle. We want a nice oval pattern. So let's start adjusting. Let's go maybe about, oh, I don't know, maybe a little bit more than a quarter. And let's test our pattern. So it's getting a little bigger. We got probably about, if that's 6, we got about 3 inches. Let's go maybe about a quarter more. About 6 inches away. Go a little more. So there you go. So now we got about 6 inches, and it's probably about where I wanted to be. I'm going to go a little bit more on that fan pattern, and let's give this a shot. There you go. So I got about 6 to 7 inches, and that's what this gun is recommended to go to, anywhere from approximately about 2 inches to 7 inches. And that's a pretty nice pattern, especially if you were overlapping it. A nice pattern. Let's check it in the vertical. So we switch our fan, get our fins going straight up and down. Again, going to pinch the air the opposite way. About 6 to 8 inches away. 90 degrees to the paper. Very nice. I'm going to show you one with it totally open all the way. So open all the way, you're probably getting a good 7 to 8 inches, but right in here, you're getting a good 7 inches. So overall, I'm going to back off on that back a little bit again. That gun, for the money, absolutely sprays beautiful. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, there you have it. The proof is in the results. Really, really like this brush. It's going to be one of my go-to brushes anymore to, spray my sealers, my Createch sealers. I know they call for a little bit higher of a needle size, but you just saw what I did. Sprayed them great. So on smaller projects, it's going to be my go-to for my sealers and my candies. So, really impressed with the quality of this brush. It took me less than 5 minutes to just clean it up. It's all cleaned up already. Really easy to break down, really easy to put back together. I'm going to give it 4 3/4 stars. The only reason why I'm taking a 1/4 star off of it is because it didn't come with a 5/16 wrench. I really like when guns come with their own wrenches. So because I don't have to be hassled with going over and getting a 5/16 inch wrench, but not that big of a deal. Overall, it really is a 5-star in my opinion. For the price point, for the quality, for how it sprays, just fantastic. So I give it a thumbs up. Hope you like this review and test. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up. Couple comments, good or bad. Don't forget to check out those Amazon affiliate links and all my other links for the products I use in this video and all the other videos. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.